With the summer blockbuster season in full swing, one of the more anticipated films was Disclosure Day. Spielberg's first film in 4 years, and one that returns to a subject to which he has held a lifelong fascination. Indeed, this can be seen as a callback to 1977's Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Unfortunately, that gives me no satisfaction at all to tell you that Disclosure Day is a dud. Although the premise and the direction, and especially the acting, are worthy of praise, the writing of Disclosure Day is so bad that it hamstrings any attempt at all of the seriousness or the gravitas that the film may be aiming for. Allow me to explain. Disclosure Day is essentially about one thing. Is humanity ready to find out that they are not alone in the universe? What ramifications would that bring upon the human race? How would the existence of God tally up against the information that we are not alone in the universe, and the universe features other than his chosen children? All of these are explored as themes in the movie. One part of the narrative focuses on Dr. Daniel Kellner, played by Josh O'Connor. He is fleeing Ward X, his ex-employer, with information regarding the existence of the extraterrestrial, accompanied by Jane Blankenship, his girlfriend, played by Eve Hewson. Jane used to be a nun, and the very nature of this information calls into conflict her relationship with God. However, it's never really explored more than by a few throwaway lines. Elsewhere, Emily Blunt's Margaret Fairchild plays a weather reporter who, you'll have seen in the trailers, starts speaking alien gibberish. Exhibiting various psychic powers. As these two unknown quantities head toward each other, Ward X tries to rein them in, tries to find them, and tries to control the narrative and prevent Disclosure Day. So essentially what you get here is you get a chase movie with Ward X, the all-powerful Secret Service-esque agency, working with the Department of Defense to try and prevent these citizens from taking what they know and revealing on a wide-scale basis. However, this is kind of where the film falls apart, really. With the kind of technology that we have these days, you would just upload it online. You don't need to fabricate some kind of news broadcast to do it. The revelation at the end of the film actually had me pretty much laughing out loud. So ludicrous was it. Although Spielberg's directing is up to the usual quality, with some nice flourishes revolving around reflections and light work, reminding us that he is the master of framing and getting just that shot to convey what he wants to, there are times where he makes bizarre choices that completely take you out of the movie, such as, for example, the moment where Daniel Kellner is trying to escape Ward X personnel, but he's 8-10 foot away, more or less standing up behind a fence. It just doesn't work. And Spielberg's chosen that angle to portray that information. He's the one that's tried to make it look so ludicrous. And unfortunately, these writing lapses are all too frequent. David Cope's screenplay veering far towards the Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny rather than classics such as Jurassic Park. There are so many plot holes in this film, so many instances and happenstances that make the Secret Service just look like complete morons. These Ward X people couldn't catch a cold. The amount of times that their quarry is hidden just round the corner or in plain sight, or they fail to implement the most basic of tracking or surveillance techniques that would bring the chase to a close in short order. Instead, we get some kind of weird alien MacGuffin where Colin Firth's Noah Scanlon dives into people's minds and extracts information from them. It's entirely unnecessary. Later, a scene where vital information is given to somebody whose mind has already been delved into multiple times. The film is full of these stupid moments that take what was a good premise and some interesting ideas and themes revolving around responsibility, the conflict of this information versus theology, whether or not mankind is ready for this. This film is set against a backdrop of imminent worldwide conflict with nebulous powers. We just know that Russia are gearing up for war, North Korea are gearing up for war, and it's presented that this information finally getting to public knowledge would pacify and bring man together, where the opposite is most likely true, especially when it's found out that government's been withholding this information for 80 odd years. It's also clumsily executed, and it's a real shame because Emily Blunt here is quite possibly the best I've ever seen her. Absolutely phenomenal as Margaret Fairchild. Colin Firth plays your bad white guy. I mean, yeah, he's fine. Josh O'Connor's not somebody that I've seen in a lot of stuff, but he's good as Daniel Kellner. The acting is not the problem here. The script writing is. And although this film has flashes of classic Spielberg with some of its chosen shots and sequences, unfortunately, I just couldn't look past the fact that the entire thing was spectacularly dumb. I was taken out of the moment just any time Wardex tried to do something to find their quarry. So hell-bent are they on stopping this from happening that, that they're firing guns, they're attempting to kill the people, until they have a moment they could have just shot somebody and stopped the whole thing in its tracks. But like, no, plot armour. We're not doing that now. And it really just doesn't work. The script needed tightening up. It needed going back over some of the non sequiturs, the plot holes, the stupid occurrences, just needed taking out. There's a scene where two people are escaping in a car, and the mysterious benefactor on the end of their phones, like, destroy your phone, they'll track you on your phone. But they stay in the car that's registered to the place where she lives. You're telling me that this all-powerful secret agency couldn't just track the number plate in 5 seconds flat, put an APB out or drone and find the car? Another sequence where, they put trackers in their cars. Stay in the car. We don't see them change the car. They just suddenly end up at a nunnery, and it's just, the execution of the story is just really, really bad. Shockingly so. And unfortunately, it ruins what could have been a good sci-fi thriller with some interesting themes and decent direction. So, unfortunately, I can't recommend watching this. Probably not even on streaming. I think it's so dumb that the longer the film goes on, the more it just falls apart. Until the end, where it just self-destructs. Deus Ex Machina and MacGuffin come in to save the day. And then there's a revelation at the end that will probably have you guffawing in your aisles. I know it nearly did me. Thanks for watching. I've been Critical. I'll be back with another review soon.